Hello you guys, this is SerpentOfTheNight. I'm playing some survival Minecraft, which is basically mining out blocks. And this is my giant tree farm. I showed it off in the world tour. But in either way, I've been working on expanding it, but I haven't worked on it in a while. But I wanted, basically, I was just going to play a bit, but I want to talk about what Mojang is doing. And I know this isn't the greatest. I don't have a beacon here, so it's what it is. But I want to talk what Mojang is doing about for servers and their playing. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this episode, but I guess it's a chat while I'm mining out stuff. To start with, if you haven't heard the news, now in the Minecraft electronic license agreement, I believe that's what it's called. I should look it up. I got it all pulled up here. Oh, now I can't see it. But basically, like, one of the things a person agreed to when they purchased Minecraft, or like in their agreement, was about this, like, you couldn't, like, for your monetization, and like, so far, like, for the longest point, YouTube, basically video content, was the only thing that was allowable to be monetized. Now apparently that's changing, which in ways it's good, and in ways is, well, it's not best. Let's start off with, I'm just gonna say I'm never paid for a subscription to like a server. I've been close to buying some, but I've never ended up doing it. And while I totally, my opinion is one should not, I think games should be, like, it really does suck when a game is, like, you get into a game and then you find out it really is a pay-to-win game, basically. Meaning, you need to spend, hey, guess what, this is a free game, or this is a, even if it's a cheaper game, like I've seen $5, I've spent $5 on some, like, mobile online games, and then it's like, turns out, well, guess what, you need to buy this and this and this. It's like, blimey, it's more annoying than anything. And I do agree that it is good, but there's a few issues I have with it. Well, there's one thing that I don't think it's addressed anywhere in, like, the documents that I've read. And I went and read the existing license and whatnot. And this is, it's whether, like, real currency can be used to get in-game currency if all in-game currency is only for, like, visuals or something, like if it just changes your appearance or something, like. And I don't know about that. I'm sure somebody probably knows. Oh, crimey. I don't have any weapons on me in case I die. Why the heck am I getting crazy frame rates all of a sudden? No, I'm getting 24 right now. I was getting like, that's peculiar. I was getting 5 frame rates for some reason there for a second, and as far as I know, my computer's not doing anything in the background. But, and I really personally, I think it is good that Minecraft is stating this down as a pat, that it's, you know, servers can make money. And then there's a difference between making money and breaking even as, like, a server. Like, I've occasionally set up, on the occasion, small servers, like basically using one of the computers in my house. And now, I mean, usually my servers, like when they're on, they're only on for an hour at the max, and usually I always make sure to go and have the IP changed after that, just to make sure I don't get an accidental spam of my IP or something. Which that's fine, but one of the very nature issues of this, but yeah, like I was saying, can real currency be used by in-game currency if the in-game currency is solely for like visuals or something? Like, you know, hey, you can like say you can spend real money and you can get this, or you can play it in the game and it'll take you 500 hours, but then you can get all this. And I don't know about that. But I do think there should be a little bit of a clarification statement on that. I don't know if there will be. But one thing, like I've been on some servers, like Thodius Patterschmidt, I forget what it was actually called. I think he had like some server, and it was like one of the first servers I got onto, and I started getting really into it. And I'll just tell my story with that server. I got into it. I annoyed a few people by like picking up their loot after battle, but then I ran so quick that they didn't catch me. Either way, but it ended up coming down to why I didn't stay on there was I unfortunately, for some reason, the bed spawn wasn't working, so I couldn't place down my bed, even though I should have been able to. Either way, it wasn't working, so I was like, well, I'm gonna write down something, but I want to go and get something, like I wanted to get a sheep or something, I forget what it was. I wanted to do one more thing, and then it turned nighttime, but I was not in my house, and then a creeper blew me up and I died. But I didn't have the location wrote down, and because like I wasn't a paid member, I didn't have like death location or anything. So I mean that basically ended that server for me, and because I put a bit of time into that, and I was literally probably a minute or two away from writing the location down in F3, but I hadn't. Really dumb I didn't. Either way. But that server, now you can do that. That was a server that was, you didn't have to pay money, but basically it was a pay-to-win server. You'd spend $500 and you get this ultimate sword that's not achievable in game, blah blah blah, and basically you can murder anybody with it as long as you're half decent with the sword. And I do realize there was a downside to it. I never had that happen to me, like where I spent that much time on that, so I can't really say what that was like. But okay, I'm having really weird frame rate issues. I'm going to just change to fast graphics. So this video is not going to be much to look at, but it doesn't really matter. It's what I'm talking about. But, so, I personally, I am kind of glad the steps they're taking, but the effects that they are going to have on some servers, like, as much as I think some servers will be fine, like even the Play Minecraft server, I was on it this weekend. I'm gonna make sure to upload this today or tomorrow, whenever, so it won't be that much of a delay from when I'm actually talking. And I was playing like their newest game mode, Cookies Revenge. And it's basically like a survival thing, like where you're having to mine outdoors, kind of ultra hardcore, but differently. But the one thing with it is, at first, when I like first went on and like got it, now I know it was pretty new when I first tried, I could not get on for, I mean, I probably spent 20-25 minutes, and then eventually I was, I think, kicked from the server for like not moving, because I was kept waiting to see if it would get to a point. And eventually, at some points later on, I was able to manage to get some spots in on the original map. Didn't really succeed well. I died, but that's another whole story. But the whole thing is, like, their patron, like if I had been a patron, spent their, let's go and look it up. It's, see, for 1 month it's $10. Now if I had spent that, I could have basically for sure had access to it, but because like I didn't get that. Now I think there's reasonable, but here's another thing with server monetization. It's, well, what constitutes like that? If like even them, they had, you know, in the past they had you know, like Power Juice when it was still like in beta. Eventually they opened it up to where non-patrons could get in, because for one reason or another it wasn't having quite enough traffic to start games sometimes. And that's fine, but yeah, that's kind of my question. Where does this all lead to? Like, I mean, like, I just kind of wonder where because another thing with their patron, you get double the gold. So, like, that technically it's not going to be allowable anymore by the change in the policy, which is good. Well, actually, what's all the benefits? Let's go and read it. The ability to join games that are full, colored usernames in the lobby and chat names, access to the patron chest to get fun item, or which grants you gold to buy silly items to use in the lobby, double loot bags, so more gold in-game currency, and 50% more bonus gold and experience. Now, and I know this, one of the things I listen to the Minecraft podcast is they strive very much to be like a like play to win, but yet by the very nature of how they have their server, it is a pay to win. Better or worse, that's kind of what it is. And now I know it's not, everything's changed yet, but well, and then another whole issue, how Minecraft can really regulate this, because I kind of find it, you know, it's all the same. It started out basically somebody was reading the agreement, and then somebody tweeted, like, I think Dinner Bone or Notch, I should know. I was looking at these tweets when they happened, but I kind of forget now. And it's like, yeah, that's in the agreement, and then it's kind of just flared up like all of a sudden, like, you can't do this for this. And well, I kind of, here's the one thing, and there's like issues where, well, can we charge people to access a certain mod or something? Because, well, that's a you know, because truly mods are owned by the user, whoever created them, and apparently no, you cannot, because they said that. But technically, if it's there's just a few legal things where like that, I don't know how Mojang can really say that, because if in the very agreement, mods are the ownership of whoever created them. Now they have to be in respect to Minecraft and, like, you know, reserve the Minecraft rights. They still can be, yeah, but and then all this monetization of fees or whatnot. And I understand it's not cheap. It's not cheap to run servers. It's especially for a good gaming server and all these maps, and you have people. I mean, if you're lucky, you can get people who want to do stuff for free for you, like be admins and whatnot. But I know there are servers where they pay admins or people to go on and verify, or moderators or air checkers or whatever they're called. And I think there's I think this might be a real demise to some things. Because, okay, like what I was saying, the Play Minecraft server, they always go on, well, we're not a pay to win. Well, and I don't like pay to win games, and that's honestly one of those things I just never, I don't see the point of, especially if you've already paid for a game. There's things to pay for extras, like a mod or something. Like I do honestly think mod creators should be able to monetize their mods. But and here's one thing that gets all down to it: how can, like anything with this artwork or anything, I mean, Mojang has, except for a few things that I'm aware of, like there was the Kickstarter movie that was like canceled or whatnot because of Notch or them complaining. But other than that, and a few things like with artwork and some other stuff not being able to be monetized, I'm not aware of that much where they've actually really gone against somebody for monetizing something. Now, for better or worse, I mean, that's what's kind of been the precedent so far. I kind of have this whole issue, like it's, and this is one thing, if I create a mod, which I've considered creating mods before, and this is one reason why I've kind of never have, because I knew this, if I technically legally can't monetize, and I've had ideas for mods crazy, and I probably could create some crazy ones. Well, like one thing I've considered doing it wouldn't be a outright like Minecraft. I'm still yet to figure out what to call it, but it was basically I'm going to take Minecraft and port it into C++. Now, personally, I probably, and I have it on my desktop computer, like half of the 7.4 code converted into C++. And I haven't air checked it because it was basically one of these things that's going to be a massive project. And eventually I thought, well, I'll wait till 1.8. Well, 1.8 still isn't here yet, but I might actually, it depends, I might start working on it more and just finishing this up, because, and it's honestly, I don't want to make money from it. I think, but the reason I was going to do it, and I realize I don't own the rights to Minecraft, so it was, but basically I was going to, the very setup that I had, and it was like, this is my protocol for dealing with this, everything's gotta be legit. You have to log in with the actual Minecraft login, and to get to it, and it just basically be something you would add on. And I personally, I still might do that, but I don't know now exactly. I mean, I'm sure as heck not publishing that code. Well, one, because I'll only publish it if I can get it working or to the point where it's nearly working, and maybe there's some errors or something. But one of the things, I don't need that, but just with these play to win servers, there's just mods, but like this, like I don't know this exactly, but whoa, no, oh, okay, oh, crimey, I think we'll go down a bit. Yeah, well, we'll go dump these in these chests that I have if there's any room in them. But, like, and I have no intentions to make money from that. Honestly, if I did it, it's basically because I want to spread the enjoyment of Minecraft. Because Minecraft's a fun game, but I also realize even my computer, it's good, but it's not great. It's one of these things, I mean, I find it really hard to say, you know, recommend like a game like Minecraft. It's a really good game, really it is, but I also have a hard time saying, you know, I recommend you to get this game. And, oh wait, did I tell you that you're going to have to basically buy a gaming computer to run it? That should probably only run on a very simple computer? Huh? So, yeah, that's basically the reason, because there's people I've talked to, they want to play Minecraft, but biggest thing, you know, they've tried playing like the test, like the demo version of Minecraft, and they got horrible frame rates. They just couldn't stand it, and I understand it. You know, unfortunately, it's a very, how the heck, oh, here. Wait, I was gonna mine down below. Well, we're gonna mine this way, but I just, this with the monetization of servers, well, I'll talk about play to win games. Now, this is like kind of any card game. Like, I was considering at some points like getting into Yu-Gi-Oh or whatnot, or Magic back when I was way younger. I wouldn't get into it anymore, but when I was a young lad, I was considering getting into some of them. The main reason I never did, you know, it really came down to, hey, it's a pay-to-win game by, here, buy all these very expensive cards and get blah 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 and such, and you know, and guess what now? Well, apparently, and if you were really good at Magic and you bought a lot of cards, you get $2,000-3,000 for your cards. I've seen lots going for that on eBay. I personally think that's crazy, but you know, somebody, it's got to be valuable to somebody, and that's one thing I've always had, like what's valuable to one person isn't valuable at all to another, and that's just kind of the nature of things. Like, okay, I'll just say this. I went and bought the other day a PS2. It had 2 consoles and just one of the cheaper memory cards, and it was $20. Now, and it's fully working and doesn't have any issues with it. And honestly, it's a good deal. I probably could make money if I even go and sell it now. I might keep it and play some games on it. I've booted it up to make sure it works, but that's it. I don't have any PS2 games, and it's like I was trying to go through a while ago and look at all the PS2 games that were ever made. And I'm still not sure if there's a game I really want to play that's a PS2 game. I'm sure there is. If so, suggest one. But, because I can record it, for sure. It's like, I already have a capture card for this. It's called a TV tuner. But it comes down to, well, that's another issue. I have potentially a screwy thing with when I can audio feed for the PS2 for hearing it on my computer, but I'll mess with that more. I might be able to solve it, because I just realized my drivers for my sound card aren't working quite like they should. Basically, they aren't working for some reason, and I'm not sure why. But okay, getting back to this, like play to win. Well, every game, if you think of it, it's a pay to win, because either you're paying with money, you're paying with either your internet usage or your web advertisement for a site or something. I mean, you're always a pay to win. I mean, very few people will ever strictly make a game online that doesn't involve some potential web revenue that they can make, whether that be on their website. And say that's capitalism, well, it's what it is. But it also comes down to, here's an issue with how do you classify what is, and then here's one thing. I think this very thing will change the nature of servers. Like, I think we're going to see a change from servers that are really, like, some of these, like, I've been on some of these that are, like, maybe there's 30 or 40 players maximum at any point, but it really is more like a survival server, and I couldn't get into them because I just couldn't, like, I was too late, and I ended up always, like, leaving. I don't know, because it's like you always feel like everything you want to build's been already done, so I just usually left. But sometimes when they start up new, I'll check them out. Not always. I would love to get into a good, like, actual server group, but I don't. At this point, I'm not. But I'm like would, but I don't know. But one of the things, like, I just like. Okay, and even like to play Minecraft server. They say they are a. I have no clue how long this video is going to be, but they say, really, like, you watch their podcasts and whatnot, they don't believe in pay to win. And pay to win is basically, it's basically punishing. Hello. Play Minecraft. I'm talking. No. Hello you guys, this is SerpentOfTheNight. We are back for part 2 of breaking blocks. That's all it is. But no, I want to talk more about server monetization. And unfortunately, Minecraft and/or Fraps crashed, so I'm not sure exactly where I was before it all crashed for some reason. But while it was crashing and I was waiting for stuff to be restored, I was talking to my mother. I was telling her like what I'm going on about. And she made this comment, and I didn't think of this, but it's honestly is true. Pay to win is gambling. Now, I never thought of that, but you know, you think about it, it's paying for your chance to win at whatever the game be. You know, if it's Minecraft, well, it's paying for you to get a better sword to beat that game. You know, it's a pay to win. It's gambling. You're gambling your money. And I know it's not technically the classic definition of gambling, but I was thought about it, and yeah, actually it is gambling. So I don't know, I just thought that I don't know if there's any real legal standard behind that or anything, so I can't say anything on that. I haven't spent the time to look at law cases on that. There might be something I'm not aware of, but offhand I'm not aware of anything. But yeah, and it's like, that's very much true. Because you think about it, you're paying for your chance. It's not a guaranteed whatever you do. You're gambling. You're paying for a better chance to win at a game or whatnot. And yeah, technically gambling is not legal, so technically, the more I'm coming to think of this, I really think what Mojang did was a good thing. And I don't know, potentially, if there's any truth behind what she said, there could be legal repercussions for some of these servers, like severe, like people get thrown in jail for illegal gambling acts or something. I don't know about that, but just a thought. But and it really, it's not even so much like, I find the whole notion of pay to win, like I've played some Facebook games, and one of them was this train game, and it was sort of a pay to win, sort of like, well, it's free to play, and it was basically either you paid or you had enough friends paying that you got all these perks. So like I had made, when I was doing, I had like 2 or 3 extra Facebook accounts specifically for that game and or other games when I was playing Facebook. When I had Facebook, which isn't no more. Facebook is gone with. But the one thing about the whole notion of like that, it was, the whole game, you could do it just as simply as go about it as just takes you longer, I can't think, what's the word? As a normal game, like, you can go about it. Take you a lot more time to do everything, but yes, you can pay to win or pay to speed up progress. We'll pay, and it's kind of hard to say, well, what's pay to win when there is no definite endpoint in a game like Minecraft? There's no definite endpoint unless you're saying a specific like game. Like, whoa, I'm gonna die. Wow, I'm glad I had feather falling. Well, we're at the bottom of my tree farm. I think I'm going to sleep if I can get in my little hidey hole down here and just let it reset my spawn. Yeah, that wasn't something I wasn't expecting. Either way. But is like, or any game like Minecraft or anything like that, if it allows it, is it a pay to win? And I'm not really sure what the classification of all this stuff is, you know. I'm not sure if I can specifically say, well, you know, by golly, that's a... Die. You dead. But, well, if you think about it, every game, well, Minecraft, what I'm saying, there's no specific endpoint. Like in a survival map, there's no specific, here's what's considered winning. I mean, well, you can win the, you can beat the dragon, you can do that, but beyond that, there's no specific endpoint like this. Like, I have to admit, I might play Minecraft for a long time. There might be months where I go without playing it, which that's when you realize these things, like, it's kind of with any game. I haven't gone maybe a full month without playing Minecraft, but I've gone time periods where it's very limited playing for one reason or another, but I've usually still kept in touch. Like, I mean, I usually was watching videos or something, not. But for a pay-to-win server, I just... Why do I hear all these mob sounds? Crimey. But yeah, it's, I think, I mean, there's a point. Servers cost money. Computers cost money. Crimey. But there's what is good and bad. Like, all in all. That was ridiculous. One block. But yeah, so I just kind of feel, well, one thing Mojang said, like, in their terms, like, they have the approval of whatever consists of a mod. And basically mods can't get monetized because, well, they require Minecraft. Well, I do have this issue. There's a thing, like, well, it's like if you buy a vehicle, does that give you the right to recreate that vehicle? Like if I go and buy a Ford truck and like the engine dies or something, does it give me the right and ownership to like go and recraft that engine? I'm not aware that it does, but there's things like here in Minecraft, like some of the games like I'm going to get into playing, like they're so old the companies aren't even around anymore, or they're all bought up by different people at different points, and like I don't even know if technically it's correct to monetize them or whatnot, but I'm just going to monetize them and see. But yeah, I mean, there's might be a point, like, where there's always, like, Minecraft. Minecraft might be one of these games that's around for quite some time, but just how much it's going to be around, I don't know. You know. And will it hurt servers? Will it hurt some things? It will. I can guarantee you this change will, but I think it overall is a good thing. But then I also wonder what action Minecraft can really do against like servers if they do violate it, because here's the thing. Like a server owner, you don't even have to like have a username or anything for Minecraft. It's not like I'm tied to, if I go and set up a server right now, it's not like it's tied to my username. It's nothing in it is. If there was something tied to my username, I think Minecraft could go on that. Like they can go and say, well, if you violate our server thing, well, guess what? Your username's suspended or whatnot. And I think that would be a better process, because I maybe not have to make it like here's a username and it's solely for the server, but make it so like here's the username, and you know that's it, and like that's just to say who's registered for basically whatever occurs on the server. Especially like you get to this, there's legal consequences for it. Like, you know, there's legal consequences for copyrighting a game. Ah, crimey. But I don't know, just thoughts for a day. Yeah, we got a good chunk of this worked out, I guess. I mean, it's still a lot more to still do. But the issue comes down to, like, with Minecraft, it's going to hurt some things, but like, I just kind of wonder where. Well, like, one thing on Reddit, supposedly some guy on the post was going on from some network in like their servers. Apparently they had requested permission to like monetize from Mojang, and they were given that permission. Now, in what has followed up, you know, with this, it's basically no server, it can be exempt. Well, if that's the case, like he's going on about, well, I don't know about keeping my job anymore, you know. Because, I mean, I don't know if he's legit, but, I mean, it kind of sounds legit. Just some things I do wonder about where, like, gaming as a whole and computer industry, and like I'm going into computers, like I really do wonder where stuff's going. Like I see a lot of, hey, we're going to more mobile, everything's in the cloud-based, applications, games, whatnot. And I'm not saying there isn't anything wrong with that, but I also think there's something wrong with that when, like, I think we're going to get people like gamers and some people who are architects or other professions where the computer is a highly necessary component, where you need as much processing power at any point in time as possible. And as good as servers are, you can't, I couldn't specifically set up just a proxy access to, well, actually I should maybe test that sometime. Set up, like, even on my local network, a proxy access to one of my desktop computers and see like how fast I can get Minecraft for ping and frame rate, because there's good to having everything cloud-based, but there's also I think we're getting to the point where there's going to be, like, I'm just kind of worried where it's exactly going, the industry, because there's all these embedded systems where, well, cell phones and whatnot, and I mean they're becoming more and more powerful, which is a good thing, but they're never going to be quite the same as a good desktop computer or something. The tornado sirens are going off at my home, so I am shutting this off. I'm turning off my desktop, and I will be